Yeah.
What an awesome run! You got to school me a little bit in Madden. So let me give you my experience in Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Madden 95, Madden 96, Madden 97. That's like my heyday. Like that is played with. I used to play with my uncle and my dad. Like we used to play all the time back in the day. Like so, I'm an old school retro Madden guy. So not so much these days, right?
Yeah.
So I have a lot to learn from you, and I know a lot of people listening can learn a lot from you. But you said something about divisions, and you represent the Oakland Raiders. Can you talk a little bit about that? What that even means?
Of course. In that specific tournament, it's called the Club Series tournament, and I guess 32 different clubs, aka 32 different teams. To get to that point is you have to qualify, and there would be 4 players per team. So for me, there was 3 different players trying to represent the Raiders club at that time. It was about 2 weeks prior to the main final 32 tournament, and that goes on for every team. So everyone has to represent their own team by beating 2 other players from that are trying to represent that team. So once you get that done, and I know it could sound a little confusing, but once that happens, you get put into the round of 32 where each player is representing one single team. So I'm representing the Raiders. I said earlier, Problem Right knocked me out in the year prior. He was representing the Chargers that year. So and then it goes from division to then conference. The Raiders, I won my first game. I played the Chiefs representative. After I beat that guy, I ended up playing the Broncos representative. And then after that, we went from AFC West to plays the AFC North. So I had to play the the Browns representative. And then after that, I played the Dolphins representative. And then after beating all the AFC opponents, I had to play one final game, which, I guess Super Bowl type of thing, championship game, and that was the Vikings representative. So that's kind of how it works. It's a little confusing, but it makes a lot of sense. And real NFL fans, when they get into it, the NFL, when they get into it, it's going to be like, oh, he's a Raiders representative. Let's go. Let's root for this guy. Oh, he's the Niners representative. Let's go. Let's root for this guy type of thing. And that's very cool to me. I love that. And I hope the Club Series goes on for a million years.
Yeah, talk about that brand crossover and what the NFL has done with Madden over the years and how it's changed. And I know we talked a bit like how it's going to look in the next couple of years.
Oh, most definitely. They often do a lot of commercials, and this year specifically, they've picked up the game a lot. They're bringing a lot of pros on to play and do these commercials. I noticed a lot of EA Madden NFL commercials where they'll bring in rookie QBs to. One specific one was, I think it was Kyler Murray, and he was trying to break down a cover 3 defense, and it was like a commercial or Instagram video, and like those type of things are happening a lot, and the crossover is becoming real. I know a lot of NFL pros that play Madden. One to be specific is Joe Mixon for the Bengals. He's a great running back, and he plays a lot of Madden, and those crossovers are real. But only time can tell what the real deal will be like.
And there's so much room for growth, obviously, like you said. I think one of the things you said was it's not slowing down. Like you just don't see that like you said, that crossover